Greetings. In our ongoing exploration of the life of David and his conquests, we arrive at a pivotal chapter, David's anointing and his subsequent victories. His journey, marked by divine selection and remarkable triumphs, offers valuable insights. Today, what we will do is delve into three key areas and draw lessons for us to imbibe and apply. The unseen anointing, the courage to confront giants, and the heart of a worshipful warrior. Let me start with the unseen anointing. In 1 Samuel chapter 16, verses 12 to 13, let me paraphrase that for you. So he sent for him and had him brought in, and then the Lord said, "Rise and anoint him. This is the one." So Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the presence of his brothers. And from that day on, the Spirit of the Lord came upon David. David's journey begins with an unseen anointing. Contrast that with the coronation of the king or queen of England or any other country for that matter. There is so much of fanfare and song and a dance, but here is the coronation of the greatest king of Israel with a minimal audience in attendance. But the fact is, he was chosen by God. When others did not see his potential, God saw what he was capable of. And that's all that matters. The oil represented God's Spirit coming upon him, signifying divine favor and purpose. We often find ourselves in positions where our potential goes unnoticed by many others. And David's narrative is a reminder that our ultimate anointing comes from God, and it's not always visible to those around us. Imagine a gem hidden beneath layers of rock, unseen by all but the one who knows its value. David's anointing was like that hidden gem, unrecognized by men, but precious in the eyes of God. You know what? You are that gem. And this is a gentle reminder to let you know that to others you may not matter, but God, who sees the inside of you, recognizes the great potential that you have within you. And that is what counts. Secondly, the courage to confront giants. In 1 Samuel chapter 17, verses 45 to 47, we read, David said to the Philistine, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. The battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands." I'd like you to consider the extent of David's conviction. David's most renowned victory came when he confronted the most vociferous and perhaps vicious giant, Goliath. His courage in the face of overwhelming odds is an inspiring example of unwavering faith. David, a young shepherd, stood before this giant warrior Goliath. Armed with faith and a few stones, he declared that his victory would come through the power of the Lord. When the entire Israel saw the giant and recoiled in fear, David saw God above the giant and moved forward. You know what? You have an option to retract or remain steadfast and progress. Your choice can make a host of a difference to your context and the legacy you leave behind. We all face giants in our lives, and challenges and obstacles, and fears and issues and concerns that seem insurmountable. David's story encourages us to confront our giants with faith, knowing that the battle belongs to the Lord. Imagine a lone wolf standing between a flock of sheep and a ravenous bear. The wolf may seem small, but its courage is fierce. David's story is a reminder that even the seemingly weakest can overcome the fiercest adversaries with faith. And thirdly, the heart of a worshipful warrior. In 2 Samuel chapter 6 verses 14 to 16, we find that classic passage where David, wearing a linen cloth, danced before the Lord with all his might, while he and all Israel were bringing up the ark of the Lord with shouts and the sound of trumpets. David was not just a warrior, he was a worshipper. He united military prowess with a heart full of worship and gratitude to God. David's victories on the battlefield were accompanied by his heart of worship. He danced before the Lord unrestrained as he led the people in celebrating the return of the Ark of the Covenant. In the midst of our triumphs, it is easy to forget the source of our victories. Let me repeat that. In the midst of our triumphs, it's easy to forget the source of our victories. David's story reminds us that worship and gratitude should be at the core of our lives, no matter how successful we become. Imagine a grand feast where a victorious king, instead of indulging in revelry, kneels to offer thanks to the source of his success. David's story is a vivid example that victory is sweeter when it's marked with humility and worship. Let me conclude. David's anointing and victories are a testament to the power of God's unseen favor, the courage to confront giants, and the heart of a worshipful warrior. His life inspires us to recognize our divine anointing, to face our giants with faith, and remain rooted in worship regardless of our triumphs. May we, like David, seek the Lord's anointing in the unseen moments of life, confront our giants with unwavering faith, and remember to dance before the Lord in worshipful gratitude for his victories and successes in our lives. And as we journey through our own battles and conquests, let us echo David's declaration, the battle is the Lord's, and find inspiration in the life of a worshipful warrior whose faith in God's unseen anointing led him to remarkable victories. This is Pearl John signing off, The Other 167. Thank you for watching The Other 167. Look forward to meeting you next week when we continue on this journey. God bless you.